All right. Welcome, everybody, back to Davis Cup. We have another must-win match for Zverev to stay alive in the Davis Cup for Germany. They're playing Spain. No Alcaraz. He, of course, pulled out at the start of the week, end of last week, start of the whenever, after the final in Turin. And the winners will play Italy, who made their third final in a row. We're going to talk about Italy because Berrettini is the heart of Italy. Like, he is in terms of Team Italia, they've got talented players. You know, obviously Caboli's proven that this week, that Musetti and Sinner are nice, but Caboli can hold up, be that number one guy if he needs to be. But Berrettini is the heart of Italy. Like, he is the heart of the team. If you don't have Berrettini, I don't know if they win. He is a great backup number two guy, but he is the soul of the Italian team. And they might just win this thing again. Even though maybe Germany have a little bit more. I mean, the doubles haven't even had to play yet. Bolelli and Vavasori haven't even had to play this week. Germany might have a bit more of an all-round, maybe a all-round better team, but Germany might not win this match, and then it becomes Spain versus Italy, no Alcaraz or Sinner, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. But let's see what happens. I'm super tired. I'm not gonna lie. I am so tired. It is so humid and shitty weather here, and I am exhausted. But we'll see if we can get through this. I feel like this match is not going to be fast. This match will not be fast. This match will be slow. It'll go 3 hours, and I'm here. I'm here. I'm here for it, I guess. They played twice. It's 1-1 as a head-to-head. Never played on anything but clay. They played the Olympics last year, and Zverev won in straights. They played in Marrakesh in 2019, and Munar won in 3. The first time they're playing on indoor hard court. So let's see what happens. Wish for Berrettini to have success here at Davis Cup. Yeah. Apparently he's won like his last 10 matches in Davis Cup as well. He's got like a crazy record as well. Like he is, and he's beaten players like Fonseca, Van der Zandschulp. I can't remember who else was on the list, but he's beaten a lot of names. All right, Munar. To serve it, he serves on a tee, and it's too big. It's fair in the net, 15 love. I reckon Munar might win this. I feel like Germany got lucky. Well, Germany did get lucky against Argentina. Zverev came back, and then the doubles, they could have easily been out. If Spain get through, they will need to call Alcaraz back. Well, they can't do that because he's pulled out. Once you're out, you're out. You can't come back. They can't call that's like calling Sinner in the final. You can't do that. The final teams are the final teams. You can't call imagine that if they the Italians called Sinner. That's not fair. You can't do that. Zverev in the net on the return, 30-15. Yeah, it would be so unfair. So yeah, Alcaraz is not allowed to play. If you withdraw, you are out, just like a normal tournament. If you withdraw, you can't come back. All right. Munar goes to 40-15. Carlos was in the team. He doesn't have a replacement. No, but he has been replaced. He was replaced by Carreño Busta. But he withdrew. Again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's not there. He can't come back. Plus, he wouldn't come back anyway because he's got a serious injury. 1-0 to Spain. He couldn't come back even if he wanted to. He's been ruled out, crossed off the list. Just like Musetti, just like Sinner. He is out. He can't come back. But he's not going to anyway because he's got an injury. Why would he risk it? Italy's already good. Being able to just hit up Sinner in the final would be overkill. Yeah. Anyways. Zverev to serve. 1-0. I'll tell you though, Italy has had an easier draw than these two teams. I think Italy's draw has been a little bit easier. So they beat Austria, who without don't have Dominic Thiem, right? I mean, and Belgium are strong, but even if it went to the doubles in that situation, I think they have a good enough doubles team they would have won. Whereas Spain have played Czechia, and now they're playing Germany, and those two teams are stacked. From singles to doubles, they're stacked. And then even like Germany playing Argentina. Argentina is a tough team. Have got some good singles players and some solid doubles players. So Italy definitely has had an easier draw. Plus, also, Italy didn't have to qualify because they already qualified from winning last year. So they've only played 2 Davis Cup ties this year, and they won them both. They haven't had to play a tough team, though. In the final, it'll be tough, whoever they play. But 30-15. With a forehand from Zverev. Into the forehand of Munar. Zverev backhand cross court. Munar gets it with a slice. Into the forehand of Zverev. Munar with a forehand again. The forehand of Zverev. Munar with a pass. It's too good. 30-all. I'll tell you, Spain know how to win Davis Cups. I think they might be the 3rd most Davis Cups ever. I want to say behind it, Australia and US. Nope. France, Great Britain, and then Sweden. They've won 6 Davis Cups, made 10 finals. Won this format back in 2019 with Rafa. Made the final back in 2011, 2012 as well. Won one of those and lost the other one. Italy have won 3 Davis Cups the last 2 years. Germany have won 3. Last time they won the Davis Cup was in 1993. But yeah, Australia's got 28. USA's got 32. France with 10. Great Britain with 10. And Sweden with 7. 40-30. So if Spain do win this, they will equal Sweden with most Davis Cups. All right. By the way, chat, if anyone follows cricket, Australia won, and it was a good day. Today was a good day. Yesterday was not good. Today was good. We won. 40-30. But it ruins my plans for tomorrow, because tomorrow I was going to sit and watch the cricket, but it's over, so I can't watch it. So now I have no plans. As Munar slices it back into the forehand of Zverev. Zverev in the net. And we get the deuce. All right, deuce. Zverev serves again. Into the forehand of Munar. Forehand from Zverev. Munar puts up a lob. Zverev puts away the smash, and it's advantage Zverev. All right. As Zverev says a fault. Second serve. Advantage Zverev. As the return goes in the back of Zverev. Backhand from Munar to the forehand of Zverev. The slice of Munar. Zverev forehand again. Goes wide. Back to deuce. Two-day test match. Yeah. It's crazy. All right. As return goes for Zverev. Munar with the backhand to the backhand of Zverev. He hits a drop shot. Munar gets it. And hits a long. Just missed it. All right, advantage Zverev. Seven for Munar. Return goes to the forehand of Zverev. Munar backhand. Into the forehand of Zverev. As Munar with the forehand of the stretch. Zverev winning down the line. 1-1. Who's my favorite fast bowler? Currently, Boland. Scott Boland. Easy. Scott Boland. As someone who's from Victoria, it's Boland. 100% Scott Boland. 1-0. Back to Munar. With a forward rally. Swerve down with a backhand into the forward Munar. Munar puts it wide. It's left 15. What do I think of the ATP and WTA award nominees? Oh, yeah, forgot. By the way, go vote, if you haven't already, on the Tennis Talk Awards. Pardon me. Go vote for the Tennis Talk Awards, if you haven't already. Go vote. Love 15. Zverev to win it down the line. Love 30. Yeah, I the reason why we do the Tennis Talk Awards, not just because of my ego. It's got nothing to do with that, because if it was my ego, I'd pick the winners and tell you why they're right. I'll let you vote. But I just don't get the ATP and WTA awards. Every year there is always like one or two things that just completely bamboozle me. I'm like, why? How is this possible? Like, why is this? Like, why? But like, there's always one or two like categories where I'm like, where is this player, or why don't they not have this coach? Like, that's why we do our own system, because it's like a fan. We do the fan voting, right? You know, the Tennis Talk Awards are fan votes, because that's what it kind of should be anyway. But the fans should pick, because the fans are smart enough to know. We know who the best player is this year. We know who the up and coming players are. We know who the best breakout player are. Like, we usually get it pretty spot on. Like, it's never really a year where it's like a category we look at and go, nah, we fucked that up. We should have gone with this player. It always boggles my mind. Some of the, at least once a year, there's one, like, how is Draper a breakthrough star? That's not a thing. He should be most improved. He's not a breakthrough. He should be most improved. But do they have a most improved? I don't even know. Anyways, love 40. That goes cross court for a winner. Munar holds saves 15-40. Yeah, and then not putting Tien in is crazy. Draper shouldn't have been in that category. That's insane. Which is why he's not in our category. Because Draper is a breakthrough. He's a most improved. He's not breakthrough. Last year he had a breakthrough when he made the semis of the US, when he won a 500. Last year was a breakthrough. This year he's improved. Tien's a breakthrough this year. I mean, remember when Tien was kicking all the top 10 players' ass? Yeah, he didn't win a title, but he's still... Sorry, he won a title at the end of the year, didn't he? He won a title at the very end of the year, but he did so much more, and he was a breakthrough. He was a breakthrough this year. Tien, I can't believe they didn't put him on the list. And Draper shouldn't have been breakthrough. He broke through last year. But again, I don't know why Tien was left off the list. But then again, I do know why he was left off, because you can only have 4 players. But why was Draper there? That's what I want. That's the crazy part. Like, Draper should have been in that category. Zverev breaks 2-1. Yeah, I don't know why Draper was on the list. By the way, the voting for the ATP awards is crazy. It's crazy. Like, getting the world number one, the former world number ones to vote on breakout star or whatever. Like, I'm sure most of the former world number ones don't watch. You really think that? I don't know who was a former world number one who probably doesn't really get involved. Do you really think Pete Sampras knows? Like, do you reckon he watches that much? I mean, he doesn't know. He's not involved in tennis, so you really think Pete Sampras? We love the man. Do you really think Pete Sampras is qualified to pick the breakthrough star this year? We don't know if he's even watching tennis. Like, does he even pay attention? Why is it up to the former world number ones when they might not even be in the tennis world, It's crazy. It should be like 50-50. The fans should vote, and then it should also be like whatever experts they decide, right? But it should be 50-50. We know what we're talking about. We watch tennis more than probably anybody else. Not just here, but in general. Like, tennis fans, we pay attention. Give us the vote, and we'll don't worry, we'll get it right. We know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. But yeah, Draper for breakthrough is crazy. They don't have most improved. I don't think that's a category, so I guess they have to put Draper in there, but they've only got 4 awards. Player of the Year, Breakthrough of the Year, the Stefan Edberg Sportsmanship, and Coach of the Year. So they really don't have that many categories. They just don't have a most improved. That's why Draper is on the list. But that's why we do the Tennis Talk Awards, because we can, they might, they do it their way, and we do a more in-depth vote. So go vote now. Vote now. Go vote. Go vote. Make sure you vote. I think last year we had like at least 1,000 people voted. So yeah. So go vote. 15 up. There's a backhand slice into the forehand of Zverev. Munar with a lob. Zverev puts away the smash, 30-15. They got rid of comeback player of the year as well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they don't. Again, I think the awards are also like they could do it so much better, but they just don't. It just doesn't seem like a real. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it just seems like a. I don't even know. It's not even a real thing. Like the tennis awards at the end of each year, just kind of like whatever. They're just kind of like, oh well, this player was the best. Okay. Doesn't really have any like weight to it. It doesn't mean anything. Anyways, Munar with a great pickup, and he goes cross-court for a forehand winner. It's 30-all. Like, do they get a bonus or something? Maybe. Maybe they get a bonus. I don't know. But it kind of is just like a player of the year. Was the number one in the world. Cool. They don't really have any, like... I don't know if it actually means anything, right? Great pickup by Munar. But winning a Tennis Talk award, that means something. That's a big deal. I should go back and count all the players that have won Tennis Talk awards. And we should, like the Oscars, we should have like how many players have been nominated, how many players have got like awards. We've been doing it for 7 years this year, so as Zverev Munar hits it out, 40-30. Yeah, like who's got the most Tennis Talk awards over the time? That would actually be interesting. I'm going to do that tomorrow because I have nothing else to do. I'll write that down just so I remember. We need to like get an actual award, like little trophy or something. Yeah, probably Djokovic is probably the most nominated. Yeah, we're gonna make now that we've been doing it for a while. We can now do a bit of a. We can now do. We can do a whole list of. We can be like, see who's been the most, who's won the most Tennis Talk awards. Side quest, yeah. All right, serve into the forehand of Munar, backing up from Zverev. Has Munar forehand to the forehand of Zverev. Again to the forehand of Munar on the stretch. Zverev with the forehand down the line. Munar's there with a backhand pass. Zverev with the volley. Too good. Great pickup by Zverev. We should have a Tennis Talk Hall of Fame as well. Yeah, maybe we should. That's true. Maybe we should. Jack Sock's already in the Hall of Fame. Yuri Vesely, Hall of Famer. We love Yuri Vesely. All right. Advantage Zverev. As the backhand return goes to the backhand Zverev. Zverev puts it away. 3-1. Yeah, who won Player of the Year last year? I'm guessing it was Sinner, right? So last year, Swiatek won. Djokovic winning the Olympics was Fairy Tale Run. The best tournament non-slam was the Olympics. The best Grand Slam was the Australian Open. Coach of the Year for the ladies went to Paolini's coach. Coach of the Year for men was Cahill and Vignosi. Comeback Player of the Year was Collins ahead of Mukova just. On the men's side, Comeback Player of the Year was Berrettini. Most Improved was Paolini. That's totally obvious. Most Improved for the men was Fritz. That's actually pretty interesting. Rookie of the Year was Andreeva and Pirikar. I think Pirikar was probably recency bias. And then Rivalry of the Year was Swiatek Sabalenka and then Alcaraz Sinner. Upset of the Year was Zhang at the Olympics beating Swiatek and Van der Zandschulp at the US Open beating Alcaraz. Non-Grand Slam match of the Year was Sabalenka Swiatek Madrid. That was a great match. 30 love, by the way. And then obviously the Olympic final between Djokovic and Djokovic was non-Grand Slam match of the year last year. Grand Slam match of the year for the ladies was Swiatek Osaka. On the men's side, it was Medvedev Sinner Australian Open final. Wow, okay. That was a great match. And then player of the year was Sinner and Sabalenka. Sabalenka could be going player of the year for 3 years in a row, I think. Might be a third year in a row. She might be going for the three-peat. Yeah, the reason why Fritz was most improved was because he made he broke he made a final of a slam, which obviously was his biggest. But he also made the final of the ATP final. So he like had a great end of the year. And he also had like career high ranking. So there's a lot of reasons why he went from like number 7 or 8 to number 4 and 5, right? So he improved. Was he out of the top 10? Maybe. But he was like, before that, he was like, his best was like 7 or 8. And then he went from like that. I mean, in the last 12 months, he stayed in the top 5, right? For the most part. He's been the number, like we can't say he's improved anymore now because he'd have to win a slam to be most improved again. Pardon me. But yeah, that was a no-brainer, I think. Because the other players who were in that list of most improved were Fritz, Draper, Musetti, and Tabilo. Draper he was second most, which I get. Because he made a Grand Slam final, he won semi-final, but because Fritz did a little bit more than Draper, I think that's why Fritz won. But Draper could win this year because this year he's up for the same award because he's improved again 2 years in a row. All right, 3-2. Zero over the break. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Yeah, this is the 7th annual Tennis Talk Awards. Holy cow. Yeah, the first Tennis Talk Awards we did was back in 2019. Let me have a look who won that. God, chat, this is what's so fun about this. The lore has been written of this channel because we've been doing this for so long. The lore has... there's a lot of lore. And I know there's a Davis Cup match going on right now and I'm ignoring it, but don't worry. Everything was fine. So, newcomer of the year back in 2019 was between. We merged it together because it was just, I didn't do ATP WTA, it was just one. FAA, Ruud, Sinner, Andreescu, Gauff. What a crazy category. How crazy is that? That's newcomer of the year in 2019. Who won? I think Andreescu won because she won a slam. I think Andreescu won. If I can remember. That's crazy. All right. But pretty accurate though. I mean, that's pretty good. Those 5 players, newcomer of the year in 2019. Those 5, I mean, Sinner's obviously gone on to do things. Ruud, we're talking about Casper Ruud in 2019. Pretty spot on. FAA. And then obviously Coco. I mean, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of awesome. Like, newcomer of the year, those are the 5 players that we put in the category. Pretty awesome. We're pretty spot on back then. I think I just picked the vote, by the way. I don't think anyone got to vote. I don't think I knew how to do it back then. I just picked a winner, I think. Because, yeah, the first one, I picked the winners, and then people got angry. So then the second one, I made you pick, so I couldn't get it blamed. Zverev in the net, 30-all. Yeah, the second one, the second year, I'm like, no, I'm not picking this year because I don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, Andreescu won newcomer of the year back in 2019. But you could argue that everybody else since then has, well, you could argue, but everybody else since then has done better. Like Gauff, Sinner, Ruud, FAA have all done better than Andreescu since 2019. But you can't say that she didn't deserve that back in 2019 because she was the only one with a slam back then. Crazy. Comeback player of the year was Bencic was on that list as well. Wow. Bencic, Murray, Songa, Wawrinka, and Kuznetsova. Interesting. Anyways, 30-all. As the return gets back in Zverev. 4 now from Munar. Zverev with the forehand at the back end of Munar. Zverev with the volley. Munar with the backhand pass. Too good. 30-40. Great passing shot winner. All right. 30-40. Great hitting from Munar. Just a smart little backhand down the line. To get back on serve. Benches is back on that list now. I know, right? I don't know who won it back then. I can't remember. Probably Murray, because Murray came back from like hip hip surgery. Back end down the line, into the forehand of Munar. Forehand from Zverev. Again to the forehand of Munar. Zverev. Cross court again to the forehand of Munar. Down the line now to the back end of Zverev is Munar. Back end now to the forehand of Zverev. In the back end of Munar. He slices it into the forehand of Zverev. To the back end of Munar. Zverev with the forehand again. Cross court goes wide. We're back on serve. 3-all. What are we voting for? We're voting for the Tennis Talk Awards. Yeah, so Murray won Comeback Player of the Year back in 2019. Then we had Upset of the Year. Jeez, there are some crazy... I remember, like, this is bringing back memories. Anisimova beating Halep at the French. Andreescu beating Serena at US Open. Kenin beating Serena at Roland Garros. Putin-Saber taking out Osaka at Wimbledon. And then Gauff beating Venus. All of those matchups are insane. And then Andreescu beating Serena in the final of the US was the winner. Upset on the men's side. Kohlschreiber beating Djokovic in Indian Wells. Tsitsipas beating Federer. Kyrgios beating Nadal at Acapulco. Dimitrov beating Federer. Tsitsipas beating Federer 1. Okay, that makes sense. That was pretty crazy. 15 love. And then WTA Match of the Year. Yeah, we didn't watch much WTA back then, so it's... Who won Player of the Year, though? Ah, 15 love. So Player of the Year 2019. Barty, Pliskova, Osaka, Halep, Andreescu. And Barty won. I picked it. Anyways, nice from Munar. 30 love. He's on fire. 30 love. Beautiful backhand again. Remember, Germany and Zverev have to win this match to stay alive. By the way, chat, can we get to 100 likes? We're almost there. 30 love. And the return goes backhand of Munar. Munar puts that one wide, 30-15. And then Player of the Year, ATP Player of the Year, it was between Nadal, Djokovic, Federer, Team Medvedev. For hindsight, that is a great list. Obviously the big three, but then you put Team and Medvedev 2019 Player of the Year. All of those guys have slams now. What a list, yeah. At the time, it was like the big three, right? That was it. But what a crazy list. And I think Djokovic won. No, Nadal won Player of the Year. Wow, that's an upset. Is that an upset? 2019, Nadal winning Player of the Year in 2019? Is that an upset? Should that be right? I don't know. Can't remember. Backhand rally. It's with a forehand of Zverev. Nadal was number one. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because Rafa won the US. And obviously Roland Garros. 40-15. Munar to take the lead. That's crazy. I think that's why I made you guys pick after that, because I might have gone, I'm going to pick Rafa, and everyone's like, Djokovic was better. I'm like, all right, you guys vote next year. I'm not doing it. I refuse to choose. As with a forehand now, drop shot, Munar is in, and he leads 4-3. Takes back the lead. I think that, didn't Djokovic end the year really strong? I think. So what does 2020 look like? 2020 was hard because 2020 we didn't have much of a season. Did I not do? Yeah, I didn't do all the categories. I didn't do the. I don't think I did like comeback player of the year or anything like that. But Djokovic won player of the year in 2020. And Osaka won. Oh, yeah, I remember. I went Kenin. I thought Kenin was player of the year in 2020, but everyone picked Osaka. But yeah, I didn't do all the categories then. I only did match of the year and yeah. So 2020 there wasn't much to. I mean, yeah, there wasn't much to do. You couldn't do much. What was 2021? Oh, here we go. Get this. This is great, chat. I'm sorry. I'm just getting too. This is too much. Okay, so Rookie of the Year in 2021. The nominees were Sinner, Fernandez, Raducanu, Korda, Alcaraz. And now remember, 2021 was when Fernandez, Raducanu made the US Open final. So they were the obvious picks for that. And the winner for that was Alcaraz was Rookie of the Year in 2021. Not bad. Breakthrough Player of the Year in 2021. Krejcikovic, Swiatek, Zachary, Badosa, Kontaveit. God, I wore a suit that year. Holy shit, I looked crazy. Kontaveit was Breakthrough Player of the Year that year. That's crazy. 30-15, Zoka's the net by Munar, and it's 15-love. 30-love, I mean. 30-love. Not 30-15. Kontaveit was Breakthrough Player of the Year. That's interesting. And on the men's side, Breakthrough Player of the Year was Ruud, Karatsev, Fritz, Norrie, Hurkacz, and Ruud got the win because Ruud won. I don't know what. So I didn't do most improved. And Player of the Year, 2021 was Barty, Sabalenka, Krejcikova, Kontaveit, Muguruza. And the winner was Barty. Again. All right, Zverev holds 4-all. And on the men's side, Player of the Year in 2021 was Djokovic, Medvedev, Zverev, Tsitsipas, Ruud. And Djokovic won. So Djokovic winning his second. I think Djokovic must have won 4 Player of the Year awards. I'm guessing. Or maybe 3, because 2022, it could have been Alcaraz. Oh, yeah, and then 2022, we started bringing in Coach of the Year and stuff. 15-love. As Munar serves again. I would argue team for 2020. Yeah, maybe. But Djokovic did make the final of the French Open, or you won the Australian Open. Oh, that team made the Australian final. I think Djokovic would have been as Zverev in the net, 30-love. So wait, what was 2020? 2022 breakout player of the year WTA was between Alexander Zverev, Dajmai, Garcia, and Gauff. And it was won by Garcia. That makes sense because Garcia did win the WTA finals. 40-love. And then breakout player of the year between get this list. Coric, Runa, Draper, Alcaraz. Alcaraz won, obviously. Rookie of the Year 2022. Gauff, Zhang, Fruhvirtova, and Parry. Okay, that's an interesting list. Gauff won. And then Rookie of the Year for the men. Oh, I tell you what, Chad. I don't know where Jannik Sinner was, but he didn't put him in the list. 40 Love. He obviously didn't put a... 2022 for Sinner wasn't very good, apparently. Totally forgot. But it was between Nakashima, Alcaraz, Runa, and Draper. And obviously Alcaraz won. Yeah, that's wild. Here we go. Player of the Year for the ladies. 2022 was Swiatek, obviously. It was between Swiatek, Garcia, Pegula, and Jabeur. And then on the men's side, it was between Nadal, Djokovic, Alcaraz, Ruud. And Alcaraz won. Ooh, it's controversial. Or maybe not. Anyway, it's 5-4. That's crazy. So maybe Djokovic didn't win. Now, Djokovic in 23 definitely won Player of the Year. That's no doubt. That's so crazy looking back. Like the 2019 Rookie of the Year is crazy. To like go Alcaraz, like to be like, oh yeah, Sinner, Ruud, you know, all these guys. You're like, what the hell? What was 2023? Um, 2023 most improved. Vondrousova, Zhang, Mukova, Dajmaya. I think it was, yeah, Mukova won. On the men's side, it was Sinner, Paul, Manarino, and Eubanks. That's a strange list. Rookie of the Year was between Andreeva, Kostyuk, Noskova, and Kruger, and Andreeva won. And then on the men's side, it was Lehechka, Shelton, Stricker, and Feast. And Shelton won. Interesting. Player of the Year for the ladies. I think must have been... Oh, no, it was Swiatek in 23. Raducanu, Gauff, Sabalenka, Swiatek, and Swiatek won. And then it was between Alcaraz, Sinner, Medvedev, Djokovic, and Djokovic won 2023. Cool. All right. Love 15. Zverev trying to stay in the set. Remember, he was up a break early and he gave it back 15-0. But yeah, I'll have to try and put together all the Tennis Talk Award nominees and recipients and put together like a list of who's had the most nominations. And that goes for like Match of the Year, you know, all those things. Like whoever's had like Match of the Year, whoever wins that is obviously gets nominated for Match of the Year as well. He's never been doing it for so long, but it's going to be a bit more of a history. Like Djokovic being like three Player of the Year awards. There's been a 4-1 winner from Zverev, 40-15. Swiatek has been around for ages. 2020 was when she broke out. When she won the French. All right, 40-15. Zverev, great serve, and it's 5-all. 5-5. All right, but yeah, go vote. Go and vote for the Tennis Talk Awards for 2025, the 7th annual Tennis Talk Awards. As a backhand rally. Down the line now to the forehand is Zverev. Forehand now from Munar to the forehand of Zverev. We get the forehand of Munar. And Zverev forehand again. The forehand of Munar. Into the forehand of Zverev. Down the line of the back of Munar. Zverev gets the point. Love 15. I am also putting out like a voting system on YouTube, but because some people don't watch every stream, so they'll miss it. But a lot of people are pretty similar on the first, at least Fairy Tale Run seems to be pretty similar. All right, 15-0. There's the backhand. Into the forehand of Munar. Forehand of Zverev. Again, the forehand of Munar. Zverev with the forehand of the line. Munar backhand into the net. And it's 15-30. Chance for Zverev to get the break here. I feel like some categories where it'll be very even votes. Yeah, there are definitely some that have like a sort of a four-way split. Like upset of the year and non-Grand Slam match of the year are all very close. There's not an obvious winner there. And I tend to agree. As with a 7 volley Munar, Zverev puts up a lob. Munar with a forehand volley winner. It's 30-0. I mean, yeah, non-Grand Slam match of the year is, I mean, there wasn't any, didn't feel like there was many like amazing matches outside the slams this year. On the men's side. On the women's side, there were definitely some. But didn't feel like we had any epic three-setters this year for the men. So I understand that can be a little bit tricky to remember. Slam match of the year, no brainer. Like both, you can pick both men and women's easily. Who won that? Especially on the men's side. If you don't know what the slam match of the year was for the men, you didn't watch tennis. You must be new. 30-0. But on the women's side, it's pretty obvious too. Back in a backhand rally. As it goes wide by Zverev, 40-30. Bad error by Zverev. Upset of the year is an interesting category too. Pretty split. 40-30. And Munar serves an ace. All right, 6-5. He stays in front. Zverev's going to have to play a tiebreak. If there's a four-way split, does your vote count double? No. When I say there's a four-way split, it's like, it's not like exactly 25, 25, 20. It's like, for example, one of the categories is a four-way split, but it's like 29% of the votes, 26, 24, 20. So it's like, it's pretty even, but there is one favorite. There is one winner, right? If two options are on the same percentage, then I'll figure something out. But yeah, when I say a four-way split, it's not exactly four ways. It's just very close. Like 29%, 26%, 23, and 20. That's it's even split. Whereas some rivalry of the year for the men, 93%, and then everybody else. Like the other three don't even matter, right? It's 93% of the votes went to one option. You can guess what that was. But yeah. Voted on the Tennis Talk Awards. I think I may have chosen Raducanu as Player of the Year, if she was a choice. I think she was a choice. I'm pretty sure. Was she a choice? No, she wasn't. So I don't know who you picked. All right, 6-5. As the backhand return goes out, 15 love. Player of the Year sounds really obvious for both. Yeah. I mean, on the women's side, it's kind of a no-brainer. But on the men's side, you could definitely make an argument, but the men's side is definitely a lot less obvious. Like a lot of people have split the votes, but it's still there's still one player who has more votes. All right, Zverev, 40 love. Just voted. I wanted for each. Not really what is most likely. Okay. Hey, that's why we do the votes. It's not about, there's no right answer. There's been a 4-4 rally. There's been another 4 now from Munar to the back of Zverev in the net, 40-15. That's why we do the votes, because it's not about like, oh, well, it's obviously this. It's like, it's just what you think was, if you think Player of the Year wasn't, your Player of the Year wasn't Sinner or Alcaraz, that's okay. You don't have to vote for the, it's not a prediction, right? If it was just that, I would just do it myself. But I want you guys to vote. It's more fun that way too, because then we all have like a bit of a say in what happens and what. It is a personal choice. Exactly. You might have thought Match of the Year was something on the women's side. Maybe you didn't think it was the Australian Open. Maybe you thought it was something else. And that's fine. Because your favorite player won, right? It's that's a personal preference. Maybe you thought it was Gauff winning the French Open, like because you're a Coco fan, right? There's no right answer. All right, Zverev gets to the tiebreak. 6-6. Munar serving first. Let's see if Zverev can. Let's see if Munar can get this tiebreak. I watched Al play, which is just really great. I'm so happy that this match is going as fast as I expected. As we get a return now to the front of Munar. Zverev with the backhand. Into the slice of Munar. Zverev forehand. Into the backhand of Munar. Zverev with the forehand again. Munar again to the forehand of Zverev. Munar slice. Into the forehand of Zverev. As Munar with a slice on the stretch. Zverev backhand cross court. Munar's there with a slice. As the forehand from Zverev goes wide. 1-0. Munar. One zero. All right. 1-0. Zverev serves. An ace. Where do you vote? You can vote right there. All right, 1-1. There's a return from Munar goes to forehand Zverev. Munar with a pass. There's a lob. Zverev with the smash. Munar gets it back. Zverev forehand. Into the back of Munar. Zverev comes in with a volley. Munar with a passing shot, but Zverev volleys it away. 2-1. Good hands at the net. 2-1 Zverev. 2-1 Zverev. All right, serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Goes back into Munar. Forehand from Zverev. As Munar gets it back into the forehand. Zverev. Munar with a slice on the stretch. Goes in the net. 3-1 Zverev. 3-1. Zverev. All right. Munar serves another fault. Second serve. Into the back of Zverev. Forehand Munar to the forehand of Zverev. Munar gets a point. Zverev hits it off the tape and wide. It's 3-2 to Zverev. Three-two. Zverev serves an ace, 4-2. They change ends. Has Zverev won any awards before? I think he won Comeback Player of the Year in 2023. Maybe. He might. Oh, no. Did I even do Comeback Player of the Year? I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Zverev won Comeback Player of the Year in 2023. Ah, 4-2. So that wide's an ace. 2 aces in a row for Zverev, 5-2. Yeah, after the ankle injury in 2022. 5-2. By the way, Andy Roddick, I did watch what he was talking about with Zverev. And I agree. People are very harsh on Zverev. On court. You know, people think he's no good, which is, again, like, it's very weird to think that, because besides that injury, he's been very consistently up the top for pretty much the last 7 years. And even when he had that horrific injury that could have been career-ending, he came back and he got back into the top 2 and made Grand Slam finals. I mean, 2022 could have been the end, you know. As the return goes in the forehand of Munar. Munar hits a wide, 6-2 Zverev. So yeah, it was interesting to hear Andy's comments. And I agree. And I get it. You might not like Zverev, just like you might not like Raducanu as coach, you know, for whatever you believe, right? But you can't deny that. You can't say they're not. Like, you can't say Zverev's a bad tennis player. Like, been number 3 pretty much all year. Is he as good as Alcaraz and Sinner? No. Those guys are pretty crazy good right now. If Zverev gets a slam, he's probably had a better career than Medvedev. Maybe. Besides the world number 1 ranking, maybe. Gold medal might trump that, though. 2 ATP Finals trophies. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Zverev has had a better career. Anyways, backhand rally. Goes in the corner. Zverev. Backhand slice again from Munar. Zverev backhand down the line's a winner. There's the first set. 7-6 Zverev. All right. According to some people, if you don't win a slam, you're no good. Yeah, well, that's crazy because then there's only like a select few people that are good. Yeah, I think people are just. I don't think it comes from like people that say he's not good. Like fans that say he's not good. I don't think they mean that he's not good at tennis. I think they mean that he should have a slam. They just don't say it. They just don't want to explain themselves. You know? I think they just don't want to say like, well, the reason why I don't think he's good is because of this, this, and this. It's just like, no, they just say he's not good. Or, you know, I think they just expect more, you know, from him. They expect better. Like, they expect better results. They expect him to win a slam. You know? He might win the Davis Cup, though, which will be pretty interesting. Zverev is arguably the most consistent top 10 player this decade. Yeah. Again, besides that injury, you know, he's besides that injury, you know, that injury, he's been pretty much up the top, at least top 10 since 2020, right? Or 2018, right? People think that Burdick is a better player than Zverev. Yeah, that's not correct. That's not true at all. Like, I mean, you could do an easy Google search and see put a side by side of what they've won, and Zverev is better than Burdick. I mean, it's not like that's not even a question. If we are saying that Zverev is the best player without a slam in the history of tennis, then anybody who doesn't have a slam is therefore worse than Zverev, right? Like, you can't be, like, if you don't have a Grand Slam, then you can't be better than Zverev. Zverev is the best player without a slam. Does that make sense? Only players that are better than Zverev are players that have a Grand Slam. Arguably, right? You could argue that Team US Open trumps anything that Zverev's done, but Zverev has won a lot of other things, you know, and, you know, you could say, you know, they both made, you know, different rankings, right? So Zverev versus Team would be an interesting conversation right now because the Grand Slam might make a difference. But again, anyone who doesn't have a slam, Zverev has had a better career than most of them. Again, off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody who's had a better career to this point than Sasha Zverev without winning a slam. At this stage. Rios is an interesting conversation, but did he win ATP finals and multiple 1000s? Did he make multiple Grand Slam finals? Like, you know, that's the question. He was number 1, right? You know, Nalbandian, Ferrer on that list as well, but did they do what Zverev has done? Have they done more? I mean, Nalbandian made 1 Grand Slam final, so you'd say no. Right? I think Zverev is... And Nalbandian was my best player to never win a slam for a while until Zverev recently. As with a drop shot from Zverev, too good. 40-15. But just because you... I mean, if you're the best player not to win a slam, I mean, you're still pretty damn good. Like, not, obviously winning a slam is one of the most important things in tennis, and if Zverev doesn't win one, everyone's going to be disappointed, right? We're all going to be disappointed because we expect so much. But he has still had a pretty damn good career. His trophy cabinet is not empty. He might add a Davis Cup to that in 24 hours. He's won 2 ATP finals trophies. He's won an Olympic gold medal. He's made multiple Grand Slam finals. He's won multiple 1000s. World number 2, right? He's beaten the GOATs, right? That's a side quest. The only thing he's missing is a slam. You put a slam in there and he's probably close to Hall of Fame. Borderline Hall of Fame. You give him a slam and he's probably had a better career than Medvedev. Besides the world number 1 ranking, that's the only difference. So, all right. As Munar says, the fault second serve. And the return goes in the backhand of Munar, backhand of Zverev. Is an inside-out winner. All right, love 15. Why are you talking about it? Why are you talking like he about to win, bro? Who? Zverev? No, we're just talking in general. There's no... Well, he's winning, though. But... All right. Love 15. Fault second serve. And it's a backhand rally. Zverev again at the backhand of Munar. Zverev with the forehand at the backhand of Munar. Again at the forehand of Zverev. Zverev. Oh, hits a winner in the corner. Love 30. Love 30. By the way, chat, we're almost at 200 likes. Don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. All right, love 30. Munar serves a fault. Second serve. Tell you, the doubles will be interesting if Zverev does win this match. The doubles will be interesting. Zverev hits in the net. It's 15-30. $15-30. Serve out wide the back against Zverev. Munar puts away the smash, 30-all. Now 30-all. Into the forehand down the line of the slice of Zverev. Into the forehand of Munar. Lob by Zverev. Munar with a smash. Lob by Zverev again. Goes long. 40-30. $40-30. 40-30. As return goes back and Munar. Munar hits a backhand winner. Done that a few times. 1-1. 1-1. All right. Zverev serving. It's a 4-1 winner. And it's 15 love. As Zverev hits it out this time. 15-0. Zverev is the person that plays a heck of a lot of tennis in the year. So many tournaments. Yeah, he does. He does play a lot. Return goes to forehand Zverev. Munar backhand. Into the backhand Zverev. To the forehand Munar. Zverev forehand in the net. 15-30. Chad, I don't know if I can... If this goes through, I'm going to cry. Oh, man, my sleep schedule's been so messed up this week. It's so messed up. I can barely stay awake at past 10 p.m. 15:30. Like, before this match started, I was napping. I was just, like, passing out on the couch. Brutal. It's a very double fault, 15-40. All right. $15.40. Zverev, it's a good serve out wide. 30-40. As Zverev serves down the tee, Munar gets it back, and Zverev hits it wide. Munar breaks. All right. 2-1 Munar with a break in the second. Yeah, we're not watching the doubles. I'm not. Fuck that. I ain't watching the doubles. No. No chance. No chance. Not today. Zverev is a good tennis player, but not a great player. The reason is his inability and unwillingness to evolve and improve. Okay. Just think, everybody, if Sinner had played Davis Cup, they wouldn't even get Bergs versus Cabral yesterday. True. I mean, it is funny to have, like, if it is Spain versus Italy in the final, but then you don't have the two dudes who are Spain and Italy, it's crazy.
Thank you for all your wonderful streams this year. This is for treats and toys for Mia for Christmas.
Hey, thank you, Suzanne, for the 20. Appreciate that. That will be going straight to Mia. She needs some new treats because she's running low. Thank you for the 20. Oh, all right, banana serve. Oh, God, I am struggling. Hey, Fly with CG, thank you for the 35 months. All right. And Zverev misses the return. 15 love. If it's Italy, Spain, it's incredible how the countries have such great players overall that they don't need Sinner and Alcaraz. Yes and no. I think two reasons. One, you're spot on with they've got depth. Italy and Spain, they have depth. But also, there's no USA, right? USA have got great depth and they're not here. Czechia should have beaten Spain. Like, that's crazy. They shouldn't have lost that, but they did. And there are teams that should be here. Australia should have been here. Australia should have been here. USA should have been here. Oh, probably. Canada probably should have been here. Canada losing to Hungary is crazy. So there are definitely some teams missing from this lineup. So, yeah, you're right. They do have great depth, but they also haven't had to play the strongest teams. This would be the strongest team Spain's played because Germany have a full team, right? But every other team, Czechia was a full team. Like Spain making the final without Alcaraz is very impressive. Considering they played Czechia, who had a full team, and they beat Germany with a full team. But again, USA, Australia, whoever else I mentioned, Canada, right? Whereas Italy have beaten Austria and Belgium, and they're not, as a team sport, they're not like strong nations of, again, even Netherlands, right? Netherlands are a pretty strong team, or at least they were last year. Belgium did beat Australia, though, so I can't say shit. So maybe they are, but I can't believe we lost that. That's so bad. I can't believe we lost. All right, 40 love. So yeah, but you're right. Like, Spain and Italy have a lot of depth, but I think it's more of a reflection on who's not here from the other teams, right? What other teams are not here? Like USA not being here is interesting. Even Serbia, with Djokovic, would have been interesting to see him in here. Canada, Great Britain, right? You put the British doubles team plus Draper would have been really interesting. And Norrie as number 2, that would have been really interesting. So there's definitely some, some strong teams missing, which makes. I mean, this Davis Cup out of the last probably 3 Davis Cups is probably the least interesting, personally, because it doesn't have Australia. 15 love. And it doesn't have all those big names I mentioned. All right, 404 rally. As Zverev hits a great forehand cross-court winner. No, cross-court, it's too strong. 30 love. They're missing because they lost, and potentially Spain and Italy are there because despite not having Alcaraz and Sinner. Yeah, but I'll tell you why Italy are here, because they won last year. So Italy didn't get here. They didn't qualify. They didn't have to qualify. So Spain and Italy are here One, because Italy won last year with Sinner, so they got a free pass. And then they beat Austria and Belgium without Sinner. Great. Right? Spain beat Switzerland and Denmark. They just beat Denmark. They almost lost to Denmark. They just beat Denmark without Alcaraz. So, again, Spain has had a more impressive road. Especially if they make the final by winning this match. Or winning this tie. Spain have definitely been more impressive this year as a Davis Cup nation. Because, yeah, they just took out Runa and Belgium. What was their first round against Switzerland? Yeah, they didn't have Alcaraz against Switzerland either. But they beat Switzerland 3-1, so they didn't need him. But yeah, the second match, Spain could have easily lost to Runa. I mean, Runa and Denmark were up 2-0. And then Martinez beat Runa in a tiebreak third set in the fourth match, and that was the chance. I mean, Runa could have easily had put Spain out, you know. He was this close. All right. Yeah, and it's interesting because I was watching, because I was bored. I was watching Davis Cup, like 2003 Davis Cup matches, like going through the Davis Cup of 2003 today because I was bored, and I was watching matches and stuff with Leighton. And it's not that the Davis Cup is easier to win now because it's probably, but it's funny because it's kind of like making it a best of 3 final series instead of best of 5 tie. I'm not talking about sets. I'm talking about how many matches you have to win. If you have to win 2 out of 3 instead of 3 out of 5, I think that definitely changes things. I think it was harder to win the Davis Cup 2018 and before that, right? In the last 6 years, the Davis Cup has been, like, with the smaller format and the shorter format, I think it's a little bit more random. But if you've got a strong enough team, like if you've got a decent enough all-round team, you're probably going to make the final. Whereas it felt like it was a little bit harder back in, like, watching, like, I mean, you'd have to win 3 out of 5. Like, that was... And you did have to win 3 out of 5 in the first and second round of this tournament this year, but not this part, which is so annoying. Like, why? Like, shouldn't it be like the qualifiers are like best of 3 and then the final is best of 5? Like, it's weird, right? Like, why are we nerfing the finals format, making it shorter? And a lot of the teams that I mentioned, USA, Australia, Canada, they lost in the best of 5 format, which is interesting because it's the opposite of what I just said. All right. So what am I saying? I'd like the old format. 15:30. This Davis Cup format sucks, and it's sucked for 6 years. It's been terrible. And Australia's made the final twice, and I still think it sucks. And I still don't like it, even though if Australia made the final. It just doesn't feel... Like, the Davis Cup doesn't feel as important anymore. Because it seems a little bit too easy to win. If you've got if you've got 2 good singles players, doubles doesn't matter, right? Whereas, I mean, Runa and Mola could have beaten Spain if it was only best of 3. They won the first 2 matches, but then Spain came back and won the next 3. Huge comeback. We need that in the final. We need that here. We need best of 3, best of 5 set, best of 5 tie. We need those. best of three is not. Feels like it would be like the first half of a Grand Slam is best of 5 sets, and then from the quarterfinals onwards we go best of 3. Why we wouldn't do that? Why would they do that? Zverev to get back the break 30-40. You know what I mean? Like it would be like halfway through the slam, we're gonna change it to best of 3 sets now. So now all you got to do is win the best of 3 sets, and it's like, why would we do that? It should be the other way around, where. Let's just go back to the old format. The old format was so much better. Pick 4 weekends throughout the season and do Davis Cup first round, quarterfinals, semifinals, final. Pick 4 weekends over the year. That's all you got to do. All right, backhand now from Zverev on the stretch. Into the forehand of Munar. Zverev with the backhand. Into the forehand of Munar. To the forehand of Zverev. It's Munar down the line at the backhand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Munar. Is Zverev with the forehand down the line again. The slice of Munar. Zverev forehand. As Munar goes cross court. Into the forehand of Zverev. Munar with the slice. Zverev comes in. Puts it away. We're back on serve. They're cramming the semifinals and finals into one weekend. Yeah. I thought the old best of 5 over a weekend with doubles in the middle was a good format. Yeah. See, but what you could do is if that's too much time, you could always do like 2 days, and you do 5 matches, best of 3 sets, and then you just do I think they do that anyway, don't they? Where you do 2 matches on the Friday, and then 2 on the Saturday, and then do doubles, singles on the Sunday. They couldn't do that here with the format it is. They have to go back to the old format. As Zverev says, an ace 15 love. But the build-up for Davis Cup was more interesting than this. And it was I think the thing that this totally loses as well is I was watching Switzerland versus Australia 2003 today, and the fact that they were talking about, they're like, okay, well the winner of this is going to take on the winner of Spain versus Argentina, which is happening in another part of the world, somewhere else. There is a semi-final going on between two teams on clay, I think it was. And these guys, Federer and Hewitt are playing on a hard court in Australia, Rod Laver Arena indoor or outdoor hard court. And then there's another tie going on, a whole other semi-final, the exact same tournament, played on a totally different surface in a whole other part of the world. And then the winner of that match will play the winner of this match somewhere else. That's awesome. Imagine if right now we're watching this match, Spain versus Germany, but Italy versus Belgium is going on at the same time, and we can do that this is happening here and this is happening here, and we lose all of that because it's all just one match at a time, and you're like, oh, okay. I would love to be Italy are winning right now over here, but Spain are over here winning, and at least have that, Zverev leads 4-3. That was such a... when I was watching that, I was like, yeah, that's so cool. That was such a cool... Having all these matches on at the same time. Even they do that now with Davis Cup qualifying, but the finals, totally lose it. You totally lose it. We don't get any of that fun stuff. Davis Cup felt like a global cup, yeah. Yeah, by making this format, it definitely doesn't feel global anymore. That's a good, yeah. It felt global. This doesn't feel global at all. The last 6 years, having this finals in one spot doesn't feel global. They're lucky that Italy have made the final. Because then it makes it it kind of justifies the home team made the final. Cool. Lucky, because if it was Germany versus Belgium, yeah, people travel, but also I watched the doubles with Germany versus Argentina. nobody was there. It was very loud for the people that were sitting in the front row, but there was a lot of empty chairs. And I know it was late, but also the teams. Like, who's watching Argentina versus Germany in Italy on a Thursday night at midnight? No one, because that's not... Like, you'd have a full house in Buenos Aires at midnight on a Thursday. People call sick for work. Like, that's totally missed. You don't get any of that stuff. But again, they're lucky that Italy made the final, because if it wasn't Italy in the final, the final could look a bit awkward. Like, it was funny when it was like Australia versus Canada and Spain. That was the stupidest Davis Cup final. Having two teams that are not from Europe in the final playing in Spain. What? That should have been in Toronto or in Melbourne. Like, that should have been Canada versus Australia in Australia or in Canada. That would have been huge. I keep bitching about Davis Cup. Dirty love. Because I don't like it. I don't like the format. I like Davis Cup, but I don't like this Davis Cup. Format sucks. I like Davis Cup, though. I love the history. I like Australia. Like, over the years, have been good at Davis Cup. I just don't like the format. They've made it, and I'm going to keep saying it until they change it. 30 love. As that goes out from Zverev, 40 love. You know, the sad part, though, is, on a serious note, is that if Canada or Australia do well at the Davis Cup, I will never get to go to an Australian-hosted Davis Cup final, because with this format, it's never leaving Europe. If you're not from Europe, you're not going to be able to watch Davis Cup, a Davis Cup final, your team winning in the final you have to go to Italy. You have to go to Spain if I want to go see that shit. And even if I do, it'd be with like a handful of Aussies in somebody else's backyard. It's like, it's not the same as going to Rod Laver Arena with a full crowd and we're all celebrating like 2003. Like, that's not the same. It's great for Italy. It's, good for you and good for Spain and whoever else is, around. But like, if you're from like Canada or USA, you have to go to Europe to watch your team win. You'd only have to do that if you're playing away, And then if you did go to those, away, you would play the team that was the home team, right? But so I missed that. Like, Australia's never going to host the Davis Cup finals because the tournament's never going to no one's going to come to Australia. Nobody's going to come to Australia in November. 4-0. And the return goes back in Zverev. Munar with a forehand. Off the tape, Zverev with a volley, but Munar's going to get it there and put it away. Love 15. Love 15. I wonder if they have a contractual obligation to keep the format for like 10 years. I wonder if in like a couple of years they're going to like ditch it. As the return goes out by Munar, it's 15-0. It's okay, Cam. Everyone bitches about Davis Cup. But see, like, the thing is, like, I love Davis Cup. Like, I love the history of it, and I love talking about like matches in the past, and like, there's so much history in Davis Cup, and it is such a relevant event that they're butchered, right? For whatever reason. They've made, for money or for because they think it needed to be different or whatever. I don't know why they changed it. But like, there's no way if like, I mean, it would be interesting. 2018, did the Davis Cup just not have any people watching? Like, maybe not on TV, but like at the stadium, there would have definitely been a full house. There's no way that like Croatia versus France, there was no one there. It would have been a full house in France. I think it was in France. That's crazy. So it must have been like a TV thing, right? Well, we have to change the format for television purposes. Maybe. But it's like, dude, if people want to watch the Davis Cup, they'll watch the Davis Cup. Don't ruin the entire tournament, to to try and get some more people watching on TV. It's like, nah, forget that. 4-15. Like, make the atmosphere in the stadium sick, and then everybody will watch it, or at least we'll watch it. Uh, 40-15 is Zverev to stay in front. There's a return. Nope, it's a let. Serve into the backhand of Munar. Backhand of Zverev. Munar puts up a lob. Zverev with the smash. Munar with the backhand. Zverev with the drop volley. Is a winner. 5-4 Zverev. One game away from keeping Germany in the tie. The website's annoying to navigate. Oh, I agree. Yeah, I tried to go through the website, Davis Cup website the other day, and it's horrible. It's not a fun experience. This complaint is justified. Even players feel like it's not the same anymore. Yeah. Yeah, we got to go back to the way it was. It was different, which made it special too, right? I mean, it wasn't like any other event. This is just like the United Cup, but without ranking points. Go back to the old format and be like, have that unique, aspect of having it, like having France versus Argentina in Buenos Aires in November on a clay court. That's the shit that's the Davis Cup that I signed up for. That's the one I want to watch. I want to watch Germany versus Spain in Stuttgart. Right? I don't want to see it in Italy. I don't want to see Spain, Germany, and Italy. This is not the World Cup. Right? The World Cup is different. It's a soccer thing. Make this not the World Cup of tennis. We don't need a World Cup of tennis. We need to make it this a clay court match in Spain. That's what I want to see. I want to see Zverev versus Munar, a 5-set match on a clay court in Valencia. That's what I want to see. That's what I signed up for. That's my Davis Cup right there. That's the Davis Cup I want to see. Bring that back. All right. Munar 7-10 match. 15 love. Yeah, go to Hamburg. Exactly. Play in Hamburg. It'd be wild. Play at Halle on a grass court. Right? I mean, let's get wild. Let's get nuts. By the way, that Germany would have picked clay as their surface. Even though Spain and Carreño Busta Munar can play clay, Zverev and Struff would have picked the clay, I reckon. They would have picked the clay. Because Struff is pretty good on clay. As we ace down the tee from Munar, 40 love. Yeah, I miss the different surfaces too. Indoor hard courts are boring. We get so much indoor hard courts at this time of year, and it's like, let me do it again. It's like, bring on the clay. Indoor hard courts now are like so. It's so what's the word? Like, it's just so like boring. Like, everyone has to play on the same surface at the end of the year. It's like, who cares? We want to play on clay. We want to play on carpet. Bring in some grass. Like, that's what makes you Davis Cup crazy too. Is that the home team they might get to pick the surface, and then they get the home ground advantage. Even more so. Like, that shit's so much fun. That's why the Davis Cup felt earned. Because if you went to like France on a clay court, and you're from like USA and you win that match, and then you go to the final, you earned it. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's the shit that gets lost by playing on an indoor hard court in the middle of another country. Like, you lose all of that. Like, it's not earned as much. It's just who has the best indoor hard court players, right? And it's Italy right now. Backhand down the line in the net from Munar is 40-30. So, Chad, I think maybe I should be Davis Cup commissioner. The Davis Cup commissioner. I love the idea of them playing in Hella. Yeah, can you imagine playing on an indoor grass court? Because they could have closed the roof because winter. Be sick. Struff Zverev playing in Hella against Spain. That'd be kind of awesome. 40-30. Munar serves a fault, second serve. Serving to the front of Zverev. The back of Munar. Zverev gets the point. Munar hits it long. We get the deuce. As commissioner of the Davis Cup, I would straight away, I would scrap this format, and we would be going back to at least to the same. It might not be best of 5 set matches, but it will be going like best of 5 sets. But we'll definitely be doing best of 5 rubber, and we'd be doing the traditional format. That would be the first thing I do. Anyways, lob goes up. Munar puts away the smash, and it's advantage Munar. I'd also be cutting down the competition from 18 teams to 16. Because then that way it goes 16, 8, 4, and then 2 in the final. Traditional best 16. None of this 18 team garbage, right? We do best 16. All right? Everybody's got to play. You don't get any free pass. No, Italy makes the finals by doing nothing. No. You got to earn your spot every year. There's no free passes. If you win the Davis Cup, you don't get to go to the finals 12 months later and not play qualies. You have to play qualifying matches. It's a waste of, that is one of the biggest, stupidest rules. Is like, oh, well, if you win last year, you don't have to play until November next year. It's like, no. You got to play. You got to play. As Zverev hits a wide, it's 5-5. And I'm not just saying that because of Italy got a free pass. Netherlands got a free pass too to make the second round of qualies, and they lost anyway. But no one gets a free pass. You got to earn the Davis Cup. You can't just be giving people like, oh, you only get to play 3 matches to win instead of 5 like everybody else. Spain, if Spain win this, they've played 5. Italy have played 2. And then the final. Like, that doesn't seem fair at all. No, there should be no one getting a free pass. Every year we should start again. You got to work it. You got to do it again. All right, 5-0. Munar survives. As Zverev hits it in the net, love 15. Love 15. Serve to the forehand of Munar. Serve the forehand of the net. Love 30. Love 30. Love 30. As Munar puts up a lob, but it goes long. 15, 30. All right, nice hitting from Zverev, 15-30. Zverev serves. To the forehand of Munar. Zverev with the backhand. Into the slice of Munar. Zverev backhand again. Into the forehand of Munar. Zverev with the forehand to the forehand of Munar again. And Munar hits it out, 30-0. Why isn't Samuel Lopez included with Juan Carlos Ferrero of Coach of the Year? You know why? Because I didn't put his name there because I forgot. But you're right. His name should be there, but I forgot. So, as Zverev says, name's 40-30. I almost forgot to put Vignossi in there as well. So, yeah. Please don't... just go vote. Basically, that's why I put the names of the player next to it, because then you're like, oh, Carlos Alcaraz. Yeah, his coaches. And physios and whoever's in on his team, you're voting for his team. Whoever it is. Because it's, manager or girlfriends and wives and children and mums and dads. Whoever's in the team, you coach of the year, team of the year, whatever you want to call it. We should do Team of the Year next year. That'd be pretty fun. Zverev in the net deuce. If this goes through, I'm going to cry. Because my throat's killing me. I'm tired and it's 2 a.m. And I'm reluctantly watching Davis Cup, even though I don't like this format. Bring back the old Davis Cup. Please. Listen to everybody. As the return goes into the 400 Zverev. Backhand from... Munar. Zverev backhand again. The backhand Munar. Munar hits it wide. He goes down the line. On the backhand, it's advantage Zverev. Am I showing the finals tomorrow? Probably not. All right. Advantage Zverev. To stay in front. Seven to the forehand of Munar. Munar hits it out. And it's 6-5 Zverev. Surprised you decided to watch this, to be honest, when it was going to be a grind. Yeah, I wasn't gonna watch it if the other match had gone 3. If Struff had won the second set, we wouldn't have watched this. But because Zverev is the only good, he's the only top 10 player here. This was going to be Alcaraz week. We wouldn't have even watched Zverev. But until he plays, he would have played Alcaraz right now, right? It would have been Zverev Alcaraz now. So, watching the Davis Cup is just, we're watching Zverev because he's the only top 10 player in the draw. But, yeah. And, no Australia, so I'm not really interested. It's okay. If Australia was in, we would have watched them too, but they're not here. So, it's just It's just been Like, I think this year, for the last 5 years, even though I don't like this format, this year I'm even less interested. I look at the scores and I'm like, cool, but I'm not like this Davis Cup. This year's Davis Cup has been the least interesting. It's almost been like what Canada is in the 1000s. Like, it's like I'll pay attention, but I'm not gonna try and watch every match because it's not got the big guns, you know. Shout out to Canada. All right, 15 love. You know what I mean, though? Like, how many of you stay up and watch Canada after Wimbledon? You're like, I'll pay attention to the scores. And we might watch the final, but, you know. On the men's side, anyway. Women's side, it's a different story. 15 love. As Munar gives the 30 love. $30 love. Nice serve down the tee. The return goes in, and then the drop shot from Munar. It's too good. 40 love. To get us to another tie break. $40 love. All right, nice serving, Munar. Then we go into another tiebreak. Who's winning the second set tiebreak? Can Zverev get out of here and take us to a doubles? Let's go 3. No. No. Don't say that. We don't want to go 3. Not today. Back at return the Ford is Zverev. It's out. Oh, God. 1 love. 1-0. Munar. No, 1-0. All right. Serve again. Hit the backhand is very fun. Munar is out 1-1. One all. As Munar serves a fault. Second serve. As a return from Zverev goes to front of Munar. Zverev backhand. The back of Munar. Zverev with a slice. Munar forehand goes wide. 2-1. Oh, did it go in? No, it went wide. 2-1 Zverev. Why are you promoting betting? What do you mean I'm promoting betting? No one's promoting betting, bro. Nobody's promoting betting. 2-1 Germany. Speaking of betting, though, I put $5 on Spain to win the whole thing because they were like $15, so why not? 5 to win 75. Who knows? Maybe Spain could do it. 4-4 in rally. As that goes in the net by Munar. 3-1 Zverev. 3-1. You know what one of my New Year's resolutions is, chat? Is banishing people that are looking for attention and wasting everyone's time. As with a slice into the backhand of Zverev, backhand from Munar. Again to the backhand of Zverev as Munar backhand to the forehand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Munar. And Zverev forehand cross court. Munar gets it with the forehand on the line. But he overhits it. 4-1 Zverev. Good resolution, yeah. Yeah, too many people I think this year have been... they're not here for the right reasons. You know, they're here because they're not getting attention at home. Their parents don't want to talk to them because they're annoying. So they come in here and ask, and we did like next year, that will be anyone who's seemingly attention seeking will be banished because we don't need that. It's annoying. It's annoying. And nobody likes people that do that. Sounds good? Deb, we agree. Good. 4-2, they change ends. Munar with an ace. It's not even like they're trolling. It's just they're just annoying. Like they're just attention seeking. Like be a part of the community. That's cool, but just don't be like, just don't try and like be annoying. You know? Be a part of the community. It's more fun that way. Wouldn't that mean getting rid of most of your subscribers? No, I'm talking about the people that come in. The people that come in here and don't, and their sole purpose is to, is to just get attention because they don't get attention. 4-3. By the way, I think it's only one person just doing the same. They have 700 accounts. All right, 4-3. 4-3. Zverev. He's got the mini break. He's 3 points away from keeping Germany alive in this tie. All right. All right. As we get a backhand from Zverev into the forehand of Munar. Zverev with the forehand of Munar. Again, the forehand of Zverev. Munar forehand again. The forehand of Zverev. To the backhand of Munar. Zverev backhand down the middle. Munar forehand cross court. Zverev gets it. There's Munar forehand again. Goes long. 5-3 Zverev. 5-3. All right, 5-3. Rooting for Zverev to win the Davis Cup to end the season. Me too. Like I'm kind of like, it would actually be great for the tournament if Zverev and Germany won. And I'll tell you why in a second. Forehand backhand rally as Munar with a slice into the forehand of Zverev. Munar with the forehand of the stretch goes long and it's 6-3 Zverev. Because Zverev is the only top 10 player that decided to play. And it would feel legitimate if the best player in the tournament won the trophy. It would feel justified. Like, the guy, and I know Alcaraz was injured and he's not here because of injury. He would have been here otherwise. But the fact that, like, Musetti, Sinner, they both said no, right, for whatever reason. But to have like Zverev commit to the Davis Cup, he's not a team guy. He doesn't usually do the Davis Cup stuff. He said, he's not really, but he only is here because other people asked him to. As the backhand return goes back into Munar, Zverev with a slice in the net, one save, 6-4. But it'd be kind of awesome to be like, yeah, the world number 3 won the Davis Cup. Be like, yeah, because he's the best player in the whole thing. You know? Anyway, 6-4. Also, Italy winning 3 in a row, cool. But like Zverev winning as the best player in the tournament, winning the trophy with his team, and plus Germany are not the best team, right? I mean, they're not the best team. Ah, 6-4. They have a good doubles team though, which we might see in a second. Well, we're not watching it, but they might play in a second. As we're going to find out from Munar. Slice from Zverev. Munar comes in with the volley, puts it away. 2 saved. Zverev will now serve for the match. All right. 6-5. Zverev serving. 6-5. Actually, when I mean Germany's not the best team, I mean they're probably not the favorite team. Like no one at the start of the week thought Germany was going to win. I think most people picked Spain, Italy, maybe Czechia. Germany wasn't everyone's first choice. So it'd be kind of cool to see if they won in that as well. Anyways, Zverev with a serve volley to end. And he's keeping this team alive. They're going to the doubles. All right. Yeah, they definitely weren't the favorites, yeah. There was definitely, obviously stronger, or at least more experienced teams. Because Germany have got a strong team. They're just not experienced. This team are not experienced in team competition. Like I said, Zverev doesn't play Davis Cup at all. He doesn't play team competitions much. But as a group, I mean, Struff, Zverev, and the doubles guys, they're all good. Put them together, and it should be a good team. And so far, they're hanging in. Yeah, Struff has just not been as good as he should be, but Zverev, lucky they got Zverev, right? I mean, that's why they got Zverev. They got Zverev there to try and to help him out. All right. Well, I'm going to go to sleep. So then if Germany win or Spain win, then we'll find out. I want Germany versus Italy final. I think Caboli-Zverev is a much more interesting match. I think Struff-Berrettini's interesting. I don't think Munar... I think Italy have a tougher match against Germany than they would against Spain. Is Cam going to be tempted to stream tomorrow? Oh, no, we're going to watch tomorrow. We have to watch the final. Because God help me. Italy-Germany is a better final. Also, the doubles is really high quality too, with all the guys being very good doubles players if it does go that far, you know. Yeah, we're doing the Tennis Talk Awards in 2 weeks. It didn't go 3. Yay. I think it's kind of nice that non-top players get to shine. Yeah, it is. I mean, that I like that Caboli's getting his moment this week, and Caboli is getting a lot of, and he deserves a lot of credit because he had to step into not only Sinner but Musetti's shoes. And I love that for Caboli. He's been great this year. But But for the best fight, like, that would be the ultimate test for Caboli. To take on Zverev in the final, right? And then to try and win the Davis Cup for Italy by playing Zverev, that would be huge. And if he can beat Zverev, he would win because I think Berrettini would beat Struff. Beating Zverev to win the Davis Cup would be like cap off such a great week for Caboli. And again, no Musetti, no Sinner, and Caboli steps in and does the job. That'd be incredible. Whereas I think Spain, obviously Spain are not as strong as Germany, at least if they played Italy. I think Italy would beat Spain. Probably in straight matches, 2 matches, but like Carreño Busta versus Struff today was close. Should have gone 3. But yeah. How's my voice? My voice is wrecked because I haven't been doing anything. I haven't been talking this week. And my sleep's been a nightmare. It's been all over the place. Davis Cup should be best of 5 ties. First team to win 3 wins the tie. Give player more chance to win. Imagine a full Italy team: Sinner, Musetti, Berrettini, Caboli, and Sonigo. Yeah, I agree. I think it should be best of 5 ties. Hey, we're gonna watch the World Tennis. Wait, what's WTCC? I don't know what that is. What is that? I don't know what WTCC is. Is that like a basketball thing or? All right. Do you think Caboli can beat Zverev? Zverev has to win. Germany have to win now. Team Europe versus World? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not looking too far ahead. I don't want to think about watching stuff for a week because there's nothing to watch. There are things on in December that we'll probably watch, but I'm not planning on it. Yep, Zverev got the win. Tough. I mean, Munar's had a good year. But he is tough, and that match showed it. No worries, Isabel. Take a Christmas break. I plan on it. I'm trying to figure out when to go away because I want to go somewhere. I want to leave my house. Problem with all these exhibitions is I can't watch them. I don't know where to watch them. So if I can't watch them, then I can't stream. So that's the problem too. Is like some of these exhibitions that are happening, if I can't watch them, then I can't stream. So it's we're kind of in that, on that kind of thing as well, where it's like we'll watch what I can find to watch. I don't have Tennis Channel, so anyone who's about to say anybody who's going to be like just Tennis Channel, I don't have Tennis Channel. We don't have Tennis Channel. Australia and Tennis Channel, we don't have Tennis Channel. We can't get Tennis Channel. It doesn't work here. Because I know most of the big US things are on Tennis Channel, but I don't have that. I can't get that. So that rules out that. And then I'm not sure where these like post-Christmas things are going on. I don't know how to watch those. So we'll watch what I can watch. They're not on Tennis TV. These exhibitions aren't on Tennis TV. They're on whatever they're on. So yeah. So if I can find them, I'll watch them. If I can't find them, then it is what it is. But we'll see. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. we'll be back tomorrow to watch something. Hopefully Germany versus... I just want to see Zverev versus Caboli. And Berrettini Struff. We'll watch Spain versus Italy. When is the... When is the final? Why is that happening? I think it starts at 1 a.m. tomorrow, so it's going to be a long night. But that's all right. But yeah, we'll see. Again, Davis Cup 2025 has been very... It just hasn't really been that interesting, unfortunately. For me. I'll be interested to see who wins, but I'm not... Like, it hasn't really grabbed my attention. We've streamed a couple of matches, but really, it's just not been... I don't know. This hasn't been as thrilling as I... Well, yeah. There's been moments, but that's about it. But I watched the highlights. I watched the Bergs and Caboli highlights. And that was enough. But we'll be back tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how good I can have a sleep. If I can get a good sleep, we'll be back tomorrow. It is missing Carlos for sure. But Zverev wins. Couple tie breaks, 2 hours. Standard. That seems about right. He beats Munar and he keeps Germany alive, which is the most important part. Now it goes down to the doubles. Can Germany make the final and take on Italy, or will it be Spain? We'll find out tomorrow. See ya.